When she told me she wanted to be a surrogate for her sister, I laughed. Not because it was funny, but because I knew what it really meant. "My body, my choice," she said, chin lifted like she was making some moral stand. She didn't see it, the cracks forming behind her words. Or maybe she did. Maybe she thought I'd still stand behind her, like always. But that was before I learned what family really meant to her. Lisa and I had been married for 7 years. We were steady, not perfect, but grounded, or so I thought. Her sister, Emily, was the golden one, the one her parents worshipped. Perfect marriage, big house, pretty life. But they couldn't have children. That's where Lisa came in, the selfless sister, the savior. At first, I tried to be supportive. I sat in on the consultations. I asked questions about the process, the risks. But every time I raised a concern, she'd shut me down. "You don't get it, Mark," she'd say. "They need me." No, I thought, they need you, because they know you'll give everything and ask for nothing. That was her weakness, and their weapon. Then came the part that didn't sit right. The doctor said Emily's husband, Jason, would be providing the sample. Lisa volunteered to do the natural method. Less invasive, she said. I remember staring at her, trying to decide if she was joking. She wasn't. That was the first night I slept on the couch. She didn't even try to hide it anymore. Late-night calls with Jason, medical check-ins, she said. Whispers in the kitchen when I walked in. The shift was slow, so subtle it almost felt like I imagined it. Until I found the messages. They weren't talking about medical procedures, they were talking about us, about how cold I was, how I didn't understand her heart. And then, the line that turned my stomach. If this works, maybe it was meant to be. That's when I knew. The surrogacy wasn't just an act of kindness, it was an affair disguised as one. I didn't confront her immediately, no. People like Lisa need to believe they still have control before you take it from them. So, I played along. I nodded through her updates, supported her pregnancy journey, all while preparing my own plan. The day she told me she was pregnant, I smiled, and quietly withdrew half our savings. She thought it was excitement. It wasn't. It was the first step. By month 4, I'd moved everything into my name. The house, the accounts, the vehicles. I wasn't going to fund her sanctimonious betrayal. I met with a lawyer, explained everything, every message, every timeline, every recording. He told me I had more than enough. So I waited. 9 months is a long time. Long enough for guilt to turn into habit. Long enough for lies to feel like truth. When the baby was born, Lisa cried. She said it was the most beautiful thing she'd ever done. Jason and Emily thanked her. Everyone praised her. And me? I stayed silent. Until the night she came home, hollow-eyed and shaking. "They changed their minds," she said. "They don't want the baby." Apparently, Emily had discovered everything. The affair, the truth, the marriage collapsed overnight. Jason was gone. The baby was left in limbo. And suddenly, Lisa wanted me again. She stood in the kitchen, holding the infant like a plea. "I didn't mean for this to happen," she whispered. "Please, Mark, help me." I stared at her, the woman who had sworn this was her body, her choice. And for the first time, I truly agreed with her. "It is your body," I said calmly. "Your choice, your consequence." Her face fell. "You can't just walk away!" I stepped closer, looked her dead in the eye. "Not my baby," I said. "Not my problem." Then I walked out, leaving her standing there, surrounded by the ruins she built. Now, months later, they call me heartless. Her parents, her friends, even my own mother. But none of them were there at 2 a.m. when I heard her whisper another man's name in her sleep. None of them saw how she used my loyalty as currency to buy her guilt-free halo. I don't hate her anymore. I don't feel anything, really. I heard she's struggling, custody battles, debt, depression. Part of me almost feels sorry. Almost. Because I warned her. I told her not to cross that line. But she looked me in the eye and said, "It's my body, my choice." She was right, and I honored that. Now she lives with her choice, and I live with my peace.